The Black Dahlia murder, the cold case that haunts Los Angeles. Los Angeles, 1947. The City of Angels was no stranger to crime in the post-war years, but nothing prepared it for the discovery made on the cold morning of January 15th. A young mother and her child were walking through a vacant lot on Norton Avenue in Leimert Park when they stumbled upon what looked, at first glance, like a discarded mannequin. It was not. The body belonged to Elizabeth Short, a 22-year-old aspiring actress from Massachusetts. She would soon become one of the most tragic and enduring symbols of Hollywood noir, immortalized under a name as mysterious and haunting as her murder, the Black Dahlia. Elizabeth Short had come to Los Angeles like so many others, chasing the dream of stardom. With her striking dark hair, pale skin, and glamorous fashion sense, she quickly earned the nickname the Black Dahlia, a reference to the popular film The Blue Dahlia and her fondness for dark clothing. Short's life in Los Angeles was marked by instability, living in hotels, relying on friends and admirers for support, and struggling to gain a foothold in the entertainment industry. Her final days remain hazy, filled with conflicting reports of her whereabouts. What is certain is that she was last seen alive on January 9th, 1947. Elizabeth's body was found brutally mutilated and bisected at the waist. The murder had a disturbing theatricality. Her body had been drained of blood, cleaned, and posed. Her mouth had been slashed from ear to ear in a grotesque imitation of a smile. The horrific nature of the crime shocked even seasoned LAPD detectives. There were no signs of struggle and no blood at the scene, suggesting she had been killed elsewhere. The precise cuts and the method of dismemberment led some investigators to speculate that the killer may have had surgical knowledge or medical training. The media frenzy that followed was unprecedented. Sensational headlines splashed across newspapers fueled a public obsessed with the case. More than 150 suspects were considered by police, including doctors, actors, mobsters, and even some women. None were formally charged. In an unsettling twist, someone claiming to be the killer began sending letters to the press, some of which included Short's belongings, her birth certificate, photos, and address book, carefully wiped clean of fingerprints. The letters, signed the Black Dahlia Avenger, only deepened the mystery. Over the decades, the list of suspects has grown. Among the most prominent was Dr. George Hodel, a wealthy physician and known eccentric. His son, retired LAPD Detective Steve Hodel, later accused his father of the murder, citing circumstantial evidence and possible connections between George Hodel and the surgical nature of the crime. Recordings from an FBI wiretap installed in Hodel's home revealed him allegedly saying, "Supposin' I did kill the Black Dahlia. They couldn't prove it now." Though many find this theory compelling, no charges were ever brought, and the case remains open. Other theories have ranged from a crime of passion to a mob-related killing to a sadistic predator with a penchant for ritualistic murder. Each theory, however, has ultimately failed to bring about closure. In the 2000s, the LAPD reopened the case with the help of modern forensic techniques. DNA testing was conducted on the old evidence, though the results have been inconclusive. Advances in genealogy and forensic science have brought hope to some cold cases in recent years. But for now, Elizabeth Short's killer remains unknown. The Black Dahlia murder endures not just because of its brutality, but because of what it represents. The dark underbelly of Hollywood's golden age, the vulnerability of those who come seeking fame, and the tragic ease with which one can disappear in a city built on illusion. Elizabeth Short has become more than a victim. She's a symbol, a myth, a cautionary tale. But behind the myth was a real woman, full of hopes, contradictions, and humanity. As the decades pass, the search for justice continues, driven by the belief that even the coldest case deserves a resolution. And perhaps one day, the Dahlia will finally speak. If you have information about the Black Dahlia case, contact the LAPD Cold Case Unit. The file remains open